Coming back to Premiere, these both are for standard purpose with 4:3. The moment you come to widescreen, it becomes widescreen NTSC frame aspect ratio 16:9, which means it's a aspect ratio with 16:9 widescreen. And this is again DV NTSC. As I said, DV PAL, which stands for phase alternating line. The frame size here is 720 into 576 pixels. Frame rate is 25 fps. Pixel aspect ratio is 1.0940 dv pal, and as I said, it is for broadcasting purpose. It is low field first, and this is again for 16:9 widescreen dv pal. Other is DVC Pro 480i. This stands for something with Panasonic camcorder. The time base is 23.976 with video settings of 720 into 480. So now this is for HDV. So what we would basically do is, as our footage which is imported is of 1280 into 720 with 29.97 aspect ratio, 29.97 fps. So I'll quickly create a new sequence with HDV 1280 into 720 25p. So now what here, if you have noticed, is this frame rate is 25 fps. The frame size is 1280 720. That is pretty cool. But now coming to this frame rate, this is 25 fps. But the issue is my original footage is of 29.97 frame rate fps. So I'm not getting the desired frame fps. So now coming to this also, yeah, over here it is 1280 into 720 with frame rate of 29.97 fps. Pixel aspect ratio is square pixels and no fields. It is a progressive scan, which basically means it won't go for broadcasting. And apart from this, we would stick to this as of now. These are for different mobile formats, which you can also create your timeline or sequence according to your. These are for different red cameras, 1080p, 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K, different kinds of timelines for different kind of cameras or different kinds of edits you want to make. There's 2K, there is 3K, there is 4.5K, 4K, 1080p with XT-Cam HD422. So these are the different kind of presets which Premiere is providing, starting from Canon, then this red camera, Panasonic, etc. So now we would do is like quickly select this. We want HDV 720p with 29.97 frames per second. I would name this sequence as basic-edit. Then I would click on settings here. Now our editing mode is HD 720p. Now suppose if we want to change our FPS, say we want to make it 25. So please note, if we select here the 25 FPS, the video would remain as it is, but our timeline would run on 25 FPS. So it would play 25 frames per second, but our video is of 23 frames per second. So this is ideally not a good practice. It should be match with your original time of the footage. Again, here these are the different presets which were here, so you can select any if you want. Apart this, if you want to create your own preset, say like if you want, like whenever you want, you do not need to select all the settings and all. You just click there and it will be a predefined setting according to the user. So you click on custom here, okay, and maybe you can have a time base of 25 fps. I would like my frame size 1280 into 720 with 16:9 aspect ratio. Yeah, square pixels, no fields, as it's not gonna go for broadcasting. These settings remain the same. These are the different kind of settings, which for audio 44,100, 48,000, 48,200. Yeah, this looks pretty cool, and this is a standard one, 48,000, so I would stick here. these options are generally for your video previews on your program monitor. So yeah, this remains the same, and we would click on save preset. I would like to name this preset as half HD, as it is with a resolution of 1280 into 720 pixels, and would name it as half HD 25 fps. Yeah, so if you see here, these were the different kind of presets which were provided, and now under custom I have this my own preset, half HD 25 fps. If you see the description of the preset here, it's editing mode custom, time based 25 fps, as we had selected 25 frames per second. This is 1280 into 720. The frame size, the pixel aspect remains 2 square pixels, and the field is no fields, progressive scan. It is not for broadcasting. But right now I would like to go for HTV 720p with 30 or 29.97 fps. So all these settings are fine, and now I would click on, my sequence name would be basic edit, and I would click on OK.